Now we will talk about the types of diabetes we mentioned earlier. The CDC estimates that nearly 1.6 million Americans have type 1 diabetes. In type 1 diabetes, your immune system treats your beta cells as foreign invaders and destroys them. This can happen over a few weeks, months, or years. When enough beta cells are destroyed, your pancreas stops making insulin, and you need to take insulin to live. Type 1 diabetes develops most often in young people, but it can appear as an adult. Scientists aren't really sure what causes type 1 diabetes, but we do know that it is not contagious and it is not caused by consuming sugar. Research is underway to find the exact causes of type 1 diabetes and how it might be prevented. In type 2 diabetes, your body does not use insulin properly. This is called insulin resistance. At first, the beta cells make extra insulin to make up for it. But over time, your pancreas can't make enough insulin to keep blood glucose at normal levels. Type 2 diabetes develops most often in mid-age or older adults, but can also appear in young people. It is also the most common form of diabetes. Scientists do not know the exact cause of type 2 diabetes. However, development of type 2 diabetes has been associated with several risk factors. These risk factors can include history of hyperglycemia, prediabetes, and/or gestational diabetes, being overweight or obese, physical inactivity, genetics, family history, certain race and ethnicities are at higher risk, age, high blood pressure, and abnormal cholesterol. Remember that you can find out your risk for type 2 diabetes at diabetes.org/risk-test. So how exactly are type 1 and type 2 diabetes diagnosed? There are a couple of different tests. A1C is a blood test that measures your average blood sugar level over the past few months. Diabetes is diagnosed at an A1C of greater than or equal to 6.5%. And as you can see, levels in between 5.7 and 6.5% is considered prediabetes. There's also the fasting plasma glucose test, or FPG. This measures your blood sugar level after fasting or not eating anything 8 hours before the test. Diabetes is diagnosed at fasting blood glucose of greater than or equal to 126. And then there is the oral glucose tolerance test, also known as the OGTT. This test checks your blood sugar levels before and 2 hours after you drink a special sweet drink. It tells your doctor how your body processes sugar. Diabetes is diagnosed at 2-hour blood glucose of greater than or equal to 200. So what is gestational diabetes? Gestational diabetes is diabetes that develops during pregnancy. Nearly 10% of pregnancies are affected by gestational diabetes. If your blood glucose levels return to normal after giving birth, you are at higher risk for developing type 2 diabetes. If your blood glucose does not return to normal, you will be diagnosed as having type 2 diabetes. Now we will talk about diabetes treatments and what you can do to manage your diabetes. We will also go over some ADA resources that are available to you. Diabetes increases your risk for many serious health problems. And the good news is, with lifestyle changes and recommended treatment, many people with diabetes are able to prevent or delay the onset of complications and thrive. Diabetes may be treated with meal planning, physical activity, and medications, which may include medications, oral medications, insulin, and other injectable medications. It is important for individuals to work with their healthcare team to discuss ways that they can better manage their diabetes and keep their blood sugar levels within normal range. You can work to prevent diabetes or manage your diabetes by first, believing in your ability to care for yourself, following a healthy eating plan, engaging in physical activity, by taking your prescribed medications, and losing weight if necessary. Be sure to always talk to your healthcare team about the steps you can take to stay healthy. There are many things that you need to do to manage your disease. Focus on one goal at a time. Setting SMART goals can help you reach your health goals. SMART goals can also help you manage your time and track your progress. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time specific. So that you could break that down to specific. What exactly do you want to accomplish? Decide who, what, when, where, why, and how. Measurable. How can you track your progress? How will you know when you have made it to your goal? Attainable. Is meeting this goal something that is possible for you? Do you have everything you need to make it happen? If not, how will you get what you need? Realistic. Is the goal something you know you can do if you try? And is it important to you? Time specific. When will you complete this goal? Set a time or a deadline that you know you can meet if you try. So an example of a SMART goal would look like, I will walk for 20 minutes with my neighbor after dinner on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you have diabetes, what you eat is important. Eating well can help you manage your blood glucose, blood pressure, and cholesterol. If you are overweight, eating the right portions can help you lose weight, or at least stop you from gaining more. People with diabetes can eat foods from all of the important food groups, including fruits, vegetables, grains, meat substitutes, and dairy. These foods give you the nutrition you need. People without diabetes should also try to eat this way. A quick way to plan a healthy meal is to create your plate with the right portions. As you can see from this image on the slide, we will discuss the 4 sections. So the first side on the left is going to be to fill your half of your plate with non-starchy vegetables. You can see in this example that includes green beans and carrots. Fill 1/4 of your plate with protein. That can include chicken, fish, lean meat, soy, or tofu. Fill the last 1/4 of your plate with grains or starchy vegetables, fruit and/or milk or yogurt. So in this example, you're seeing that they've included potatoes. You'll also want to add water or a no-calorie beverage with your meal. You can also talk to a registered dietitian or diabetes care and education specialist about the best eating pattern for you. Staying active is an important part of managing diabetes. Being active can lower your blood glucose and improve your A1C levels. Physical activity also helps you feel good overall and can help with other health issues. When you're active, your body is more sensitive to insulin, so the insulin can work better. Your cells take glucose out of the blood during exercise, which helps keep your blood glucose in target range. And exercise can also improve your mood. There are several types of physical activity that are all recommended and all are important for managing diabetes and good health. It is recommended to get 30 minutes of physical activity on most days. If it seems overwhelming, start slowly by breaking up those 30 minutes into 3 10-minute increments throughout the day. Types of activities you can try include aerobic exercise, strength training, balance training, and flexibility training. Another component to diabetes management is taking medications as prescribed. So even if you make lifestyle changes, your body may still need help. Diabetes is different for each person. You may need to take medication, and your medications may change as time goes on. It is important for individuals to talk to their healthcare provider and diabetes care team to discuss any medications and what they do. There are 3 types of medications for diabetes. They include diabetes oral medications or pills, insulin, and other injected medications. One thing I want to highlight is the ADA is here to help, and I'm excited to share resources available to each of you. So next steps. If you're at risk for prediabetes, we have several resources available for you on our website, diabetes.org. First is take our type 2 diabetes risk test, which is diabetes.org/risk test. We also recommend you talk to your healthcare provider about your risk for prediabetes. If at risk, register for a local diabetes prevention program. You can find out more about those through your provider or through our Center for Information, which you can contact at 1-800-DIABETES. You can also visit our Diabetes Food Hub, which is a robust resource available to you and addresses the question, what can I eat? I'll go over a little bit more on that in just a minute. If you are diagnosed with diabetes, we suggest you register for one of our Ask the Experts events. These events are hosted throughout the year, and the information is published on our website, diabetes.org. We also recommend getting a referral for diabetes self-management education and support services. These can be provided to you through your provider, or also you can contact our Center for Information at 1-800-DIABETES. I've included a screenshot of our Diabetes Food Hub. The Diabetes Food Hub is a resource from the American Diabetes Association and provides ADA-approved recipes and more for healthy eating. It includes thousands of delicious recipes approved by ADA nutrition experts, and it also helps with daily meal planning. It includes an interactive meal planner, an editable shopping list, and tips from food experts. You are also able to check out with your favorite online grocer through your meal planner. One more thing I want to point out about our Diabetes Food Hub is when you browse our recipes, there is a filter link where you can filter by different diet choices, whether it be vegan or vegetarian. There's also kidney-friendly recipes that are designated and more. I'd also like to invite each and every one of you to join us on November 16th for our Step Out Houston. You can learn more about this event. It's a 5K, 1K walk event at diabetes.org/stepoutheuston. You can also use that QR code that I've provided for you on the slide. I'm excited to share that the Deltas have a team already set up through your team captain, Aaron. But if you'd like to join us out there, we would love to have you. It's a great way to kickstart being active and also learn more about the American Diabetes Association and diabetes awareness through our partners at the event. On behalf of the American Diabetes Association, I want to thank you for the opportunity to present this information to you today. For more information and additional resources, I'd like to ask you to visit diabetes.org or reach out to our Center for Information, which is 1-800-DIABETES or 800-342-2383. These individuals are fantastic and they're available to you Monday through Friday. We do offer services in many languages. And they are there to you with resources for how to prevent and manage diabetes, offer healthy living information, share with you ways that you can get involved and participate in ADA events, and offer advocacy for people living with diabetes. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you so much, Paige, for that information. So we have a few moments for questions. I will try to keep it quick. The first one is, how often should blood glucose levels be checked?
So your doctor will tell you how often you need the A1C test, but usually you'll have the test at least twice a year if you're meeting your treatment goals. If you're not meeting your goals or you change treatment, you may need to get your A1C tests more often. And we have a robust tool on our website, diabetes.org, under our About Diabetes heading that has more information about the A1C test and how it can help you.
Perfect. Thank you. And then this question is about diet. How do you maintain healthy blood glucose levels with certain restrictive diets, like vegan, Mediterranean diet, or being plant-based?
Yes, so the American Diabetes Association recommends the diabetes plate method when preparing for eating. And we shared a little bit of information about that in the presentation regarding, half your plate being non-starchy vegetables, a quarter being protein, and a quarter being starchy vegetables, milk, or dairy. That you can structure your plate based on your dietary restrictions, while keeping in mind the different types of nutrition that you'll need. I also want to share that the ADA's Diabetes Food Hub, I mentioned this briefly, but it has or the filter feature is a robust tool where you can filter down based on dietary restrictions, and it shares with you recipes that are friendly to those diets.
Perfect. And then I'll give you one more question. Um, I guess with the walk coming up and, you can form a team, but then also collect funds. Can you tell us more about who benefits from the funds that are donated to the American Diabetes Association?
So the Step Out Walk Houston is the signature fundraising event of the American Diabetes Association, and its purpose is to propel our mission forward. Our mission is divided into 4 pillars, which include quality of care, equity and access, research, and health and wellness. Those things flush through into the community on different programs and initiatives that we have, but also supports our national mission, which also supports those pillars. So your support of the Step Out Houston is really propelling the mission of the ADA forward. But also we view it as a community connection point for individuals in the community to come and learn more about their risk and diabetes awareness, and also to just come be physically active and kickstart that for yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you again, Paige, for that excellent presentation.
Thank
Uh,
you.
okay. So next, everyone, as Paige mentioned, we will be having we have a team for the ADA Step Out Walk to Stop Diabetes on November 16th. So if you would like to scan the QR code quickly to join our team, we would love that. Also, we will send this link out. It'll be on our website. We'll publicize it along with the QR code as well for you all to join our team. It doesn't happen until November, but we have a lot of other events leading up to that where you can have the opportunity to be physically active, but would love for everyone to participate in this event with us. And so that concludes our presentation. But before you go, scan this code. We would love your feedback. to understand what you want to see more of, what you want to hear more of, and just kind of tell us your opinion about how things went tonight. Again, all registered participants will receive the answers to the questions that were asked in the Q&A chat earlier this evening. So I'm sorry again if it wasn't answered, but we'll get to that. But just give us some feedback. It only takes like less than 2 minutes, I promise. So scan that QR code for us as well, and we'll email you a link to that as well anyway, if you don't get the QR code tonight. And with that said, I am going to hand it over to President Karen Dorso for closing remarks.
Thank you, Erin. We would like to, the members of Houston Alumni Chapter would like to thank Dr. Prince and Ms. Glover. The information you provided was truly eye-opening, and we are so appreciative and thankful that you took the time to join us. To our audience, I hope you got as much out of this presentation as I did and will join us for future physical and mental health events. Please enjoy the remainder of your night and don't forget to complete the evaluation. The link along with the Q&A for tonight's session will be emailed to all registered participants. This ends our webinar. Good night.